Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Chat with Christy. Today I want to talk about allowing your children to use their brain. Yeah, a lot of parents do not allow their children to use their brain. We use our own brain for our children. In other hand, let's discuss how to raise an independent thinking child. Something happened in my home, and I think I've shared this story before. My daughter wanted to do something. I told her, this is not going to be the best thing to do, just wait. She said, oh, no, she wants to have it at that time. She will later regret it because it will cost her something. And ever since I allowed her to get it her own way and feel the consequences, she has really learned her lessons. So now, before she does things, she think, how do we use our brain for our children? By not letting them think, by answering every question that they throw at us. You don't answer questions for children. You help them get answers. When they throw it at you, you throw it back at them in another way and help them to start reasoning. From infants, I'm not talking about teenagers or adults. While they are still babies, you need to allow them to use the brain that God has given to them. You were just a channel to bring them here. They are not an extension of you. They are not mini you. They are not you in small body. No, they are completely different human beings that have their own life and their own brain to work with. So stop answering all the questions that your children are asking you. The second way that we do not allow our children use their brain is by bailing them out all the time. Your child is going through a situation they brought themselves in and you are busy bailing them out. Why? Allow them to go through their stuff by themselves. Stop encouraging them or enabling them because you will not be there for them forever. They will become an adult and they will leave your house and they will need to have a brain. They will need to use their brain. They will need to sort themselves out. They will need to think for themselves. Except you want them to also go to someone who will not be thinking on their behalf and who can lead them astray. Remember Amnon in the Bible. He was stupid. He allowed someone to write a script for him and it cost him his life. So you need to begin to allow your children to go through the consequences of whatever they brought on themselves. Do not bail them out. If you bail them out, they are not going to be using their brain. The next thing is not giving them responsibilities to handle in the home. Let there be things that they take care of in the home. Your children should be able to do some things by themselves. Of course, age appropriate. As they keep growing, you keep increasing what they do. As you keep growing, you keep increasing what they do, so that in no time, they can now become fully independent of you. So let your children take responsibility of things in the house. The next thing you want to do is to allow them to do the assignments. Yeah. Some parents carry the assignments of their children in their head. I don't know why. My toddler daughter does her assignment by herself. I have no hand in it. You can ask me questions for where you need clarity, but I'll show you what to do and not do it for you. Kind of allowing your children to learn to fish and not giving them fish all the time. They will keep coming back. But if you allow them to learn how to fish, if you teach them how to fish, they will not come back. So during assignment or during exam, let your children take care of that. If you have a 6-year-old that you're still doing the assignment for them, you are wrong. You are not raising an independent thinker. So let your children to do those things by themselves. Let them do it by themselves. Don't help them. Yeah. You can guide them, you can encourage them, but let them do it. Even if it looks difficult, it is in figuring it out that they know, okay, this may not work this way, it can work this way, and then they learn that lesson. And next time when you're not there, they can sort themselves out. Okay, so what if something happens to you? How do you think your children will survive? Will the world stop? Will the world stop because you are no longer there? You see children who lose their parents and they're devastated. Yes, it can be devastating, but you should be training your children with a plan that if something happens and you're no longer there, they will survive. Raise children who can survive, not children who will be boiled potatoes that can't survive. So let your children take responsibility for doing the assignment. When they have a test, let them study and write it by themselves. And not all this we have in society where parents go to exam hall and want to write the exams for them, for their children. How did we get here? It is one of the most ridiculous things I've heard in recent times. I mean, I can't remember any of my parents coming to my school to do what? Except for maybe PTA or something. I do everything by myself. I pay my school fees by myself as little as I was, because they are raising me to live my life when the time comes. And that is why it was easy for me to navigate. Getting married and living on my own, was much easier. If I was fully dependent on them, it would be hard for me to do that. So you need to allow your children to begin to think for themselves. What are the ways to help your children to think for themselves or to use their brain? The first thing is teach them skills, teach them basic life skills. There are so many skills you need to teach your children. You have the social skills, you have the emotional intelligence skills, you have the cultural intelligence skills, you have the executive functioning skills, you have the life skills such as being able to navigate in a place, such as learning a life skill like swimming or anything, how to survive. You have being able to initiate tasks and complete it, planning. They need to learn how to plan. They need to learn how to prioritize. They need to learn how to manage their time. Time management is a life skill that your children need. It's an executive functioning skill, and your children need to learn it. So empower them with a skill. An unskilled child is a burden for you and the society at large. They can't do anything. They just need someone at all times. So empower your children. All right? Teach them the skills. As little as they might be, there is something to teach them. Our daughter now, there's something she want to do. She said, Mommy, I will not do it like this. I will not do it like that. I will do it like this and like that and like that. Why? Because I've allowed her to make mistakes. Some of us don't let our children make mistakes. Mistakes are part of life. Mistakes are what is going to help your children to navigate. Mistakes will help your children to stand the test of time, to learn how not to do a thing. Use mistakes as a teachable tool. Use failure as teachable tools. Let your children fail and then teach them with that failure. That is what will make them better. Bailing them out of failure doesn't help them. So these are some of the things you need to do for your children. Delegate tasks to them and let them carry it out. Place a role model before them so that they can begin to see that person and aspire to be like that person. They don't necessarily have to be like that person, but it encourages them to do things a certain way, especially someone of positive influence, someone that has positive character, positive traits, positive values that need to be copied in quotes, that need to be emulated so that they can know, okay, I need to do things like this if I want to turn out like this person. So place a model before them, because you will not remain the most influential person in your child's life all the time. At some age, when they begin to go to the stage of becoming teenagers, you stop being the most influential person. You step down from the ladder of the most influential person to the least influential person. Then you now have all the other adult pop culture and their friends. So surround them with people who you want them to copy and you will be safe. Not allowing them to choose every other person and then you don't even know the values of those people that they are surrounding themselves with. So these are some of the things that you need to do to help your children to begin to think independently. Reduce screen for them. Let them do other things. Let them practice things with their hands. Let them make crafts. Let them read. Let them play outside with the sun. Let them play with other children. Let them interact with others. Stop caging your children. The world does not end in your bedroom. So allow them to go through struggles and pain. It is part of life. That way you'll be raising someone who will go out there and not need to be told what to do, but initiate things because they now know and they can think for themselves. So raise an independent child who will not become a burden to you or the society or a burden to themselves, but who will grow to have a mind of their own and not become a crowd thinker. That is what the crowd say is what they do. What does the crowd say? They follow. No, they should be able to think for themselves. When people are going this way, let your children say, why can't I go this way? That is how to raise a leader. That is how to raise what changes. That is how to raise impact makers. That is how to raise change agents. I hope this video helps you today and you're going to do something with it. And don't forget to like this video, comment. I would like to see your comment. How are you raising an independent thinker? And what do you think about raising an independent thinker? Thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you again in our next video. Bye.